What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? It is your girl, your diva in knowledge, Lady Mocha. Represent Mocha's Cafe de Paris. Well, I'm always serving you wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual awareness. I'm not going to be on here too long because I realize the YouTube streets is heavy with traffic right now. A whole lot has been going on. Content creators getting exposed. Kwame Brown, is the hottest recipe cooking right now. It's a whole lot we got to go into. It's a whole lot. Again, I'm not going to keep it long because I do have to go to work tomorrow. So I'm not going to be on here as long as I would like, but I did have to step on here and speak on a couple of things. The first thing I definitely want to talk about was your boy Safaree Samuels. Safaree Samuels, he is soon to be the father of two. He's with Erica Mena on second child. And just like I stated, I already stated it. I stated it on my last content called Damaged Women That Keep Attracting Simple-Minded Men. I already said it. I spoke it into existence. I said it. I said that once they have the second child, she's going to file for divorce. I already said it. What's up, Dwyane? Tone Malone? But we're going to talk about Safaree Samuels. We're going to talk about him a little later. I definitely wanted to get in and give my intake on Kwame Brown. And I definitely felt it was imperative that me being a sister that I gave my own perspective on, the situations that are surrounding him. And the first thing I definitely would like to say is that Kwame Brown is not red pill. He's not red pill. He's not red pill. A lot of people keep stating that Kwame Brown is red pill. And he's not red pill at all. Kwame Brown is platinum pill. He's platinum. He's on a whole nother level. He's nowhere near red pill. His level of knowledge, of intellect is far beyond what he could offer red pill. Kwame Brown is platinum pill. He's platinum. This man has been kicking the actual factual. When I say the YouTube streets has been in desperate need of black men who come from a level of struggle, who can actually uplift and build the black community, Kwame Brown, he represents that to the fullest. And it's so many of these dudes in the YouTube streets that are trying to collaborate with him. It's been all type of content creators, which names I'm not going to say because some of y'all are fans and some of y'all ride hard for y'all dating coaches, cult leaders. So I'm not going to say too much on that, but I will say this: Kwame Brown, he's not red pill, he's platinum pill. He's on a whole nother level. And I'm very, very grateful that finally we have a man that is definitely stepping up, and he's representing on a whole nother level that a lot of these guys on the red pill level is not doing. This man is talking about struggles, real struggles, things that he experienced from his childhood. This man deserves definitely not to be considered red pill. Okay, because again, he's beyond red pill. He needs his own platform to orchestrate. Now, it's been a lot of content creators, a lot of male content creators, which I would like to call these clout roaches. We have a lot of clout roaches who are trying to crawl all over his popularity right now. You have all of these men who don't even speak on the things that Mr. Brown has been speaking on. All of these men all of a sudden is reaching out to this man, wanting to collaborate with him, wanting to do content with him. And the thing about it is, he does not need to collaborate really or elaborate with anybody. His wisdom is strong enough, is solid enough to where he can run his own level of red pill. He really don't have to collaborate with anybody, because to me, honestly, I think the red pill, the red pill platforms on YouTube and the black sector, at this point, I just feel like they are overly commercialized now. I really don't feel. I'm starting to feel like pretty much most of the guys who claim to be red pill, I feel like everybody is pretty much speaking on the same stuff. No one is really saying anything new. It's like the red pill has already been programmed in which you have to pretty much be stationary. You have to pretty much keep addressing and tackling the same issues. But what I like about Mr. Brown is that he's on a whole nother level of red pill. This man is talking about issues within the black community. He's actually talking about building the black community. He's actually been doing content talking about how athletes need to open community centers, build community centers for black children, young black, the black youth that are struggling, the black youth that can't afford, to be in things that most fortunate well-off, children can, who have parents that are well-off. It's a lot of youths within the black community. They cannot afford to participate in athletic type of activities. They can't afford to participate in football and baseball, because let's face it, the truth is a lot of these single moms, they have multiple children and they really cannot afford to put their kids in the best of activities. And Kwame Brown, coming from the struggle, he was able to relate to that. And I can truly respect the fact that there's finally a brother that's coming through and he's dropping some actual factual. This is somebody I can, and really a lot of sisters really have been very supportive of Mr. Brown since he started his platform, because he's coming from a totally different place. He's actually speaking on issues that affect the black community. He's actually speaking on things that he experienced through his childhood. And what I really admired about Mr. Brown also is the fact that this man went from, downfalls to actually, he made it to triumph. He definitely has exceeded, his struggles. He has done something that many young black men in the community would never get the chance to experience. He made it, you know, to be successful. He made it to do something really great and something really extravagant. So you definitely got to give respect to where it's due. And that's unfortunate that, you know, his own people. It's always your own people that want to tear you down, and it's always your own people who want to destroy you and who want to bring up your failures, who want to bring up anything that's negative surrounding you. It's sad that your own kind wants to keep you in the same box because they don't want to see you grow, they don't want to see you prosper, and he's calling them out on their bullshit, and you can't do nothing but respect that. He's calling them out because, again, sometimes when you try to be the humble person and you try to take the high road, sometimes people will take your meekness for weakness. And it comes a point to where you got to basically press people down on their neck to let them know, you know what? I'm not about to sit here and allow y'all to keep disrespecting me, defaming me, dragging my name through the mud. So, again, you have to give respect to where it's due, you know what I mean? And it's definitely, I got to say, I definitely commend him for really spreading the message, man, because everything he was saying, I haven't heard a lot of men talk like that in years, to be honest with you. Like I said, I've been on these YouTube streets for a while, and I really can't listen to a lot of the brothers on here because they keep beating the same topics day in and day out. I mean, I get it. You know, if you want to build your platform off of bashing black women, I'm not knocking that. Do your thing if that's what you do. But it's very refreshing to hear a black man really talk about issues that impact the black community. And I'm so glad that Kwame Brown, Kwame, I hate to say his name wrong, but Kwame Brown, he is addressing these issues that a lot of brothers don't want to address, because the truth of the matter is the things that Mr. Brown was talking about, a lot of these guys know that if they were to talk about it on their platform, they're not going to get views. What's up, Ishmael? And Double C, Dion, everybody's coming in. They're not going to get views. They're not going to get a large amount of subscribers. They don't want to talk about issues that really affect the black community. They want to keep talking about black female fuckery because that is what's entertaining. That is what's getting them super chats. That's what getting them donations. But as you can see, Kwame, he's not even talking about all of that. And look how much support he has. He's not even into the black woman bashing. And look how many people are super chatting. Look how many people are commending him for the message that he's putting out there. He's not even talking about the things that guys that all of these red two brothers are beating on. He's not even talking about that type of stuff. And yet he has gotten so many subscribers. He has gotten so many views and all of that. And he didn't have to attack nobody. He didn't have to attack and be on some gender war type stuff to get the amount of notoriety that he's getting right now. What's up, Herc 213? So the thing about it is, I don't have to go into the details. Every blogger has been talking about it. We already know why Mr. Brown has started his platform, because it all started from Charlemagne, who got way out of pocket, exposing this man's business, bringing up things personal in his family. So I don't have to go into the details. Y'all already pretty much know the fundamentals of it or whatever. But I definitely, again, I have to say that Kwame Brown, he's not red pill, he's platinum pill, because he's on a whole nother level, which is why now all of a sudden you have a lot of these male content creators wanting to collaborate with him. I see the thirst all in his chat room, in the chats, in the comment section. You have so many men that are chasing Mr. Brown like groupies. They want to be put on with him so bad, or they want him to come to where they are. They're trying to get Mr. Brown to basically come to their shows. I've seen certain content creators, and I'm not going to say any names, but certain brothers who don't even address, they don't even talk about the issues that Kwame Brown was talking about. All of a sudden, they want to collaborate with him. They want to do shows with him. And we all know the truth of the matter is a lot of these men are not reaching out to Mr. Brown because they really want to talk about the things that he's been addressing. He's been talking about the black community, about athletes putting money into the community, building community centers. The truth is a lot of these men, they don't want to talk about that. They're just trying to get on with Mr. Brown because they know right now his platform is popping. You know, they know his channel is doing really significantly well. And now you got all of these supposedly red pill brothers that want to come out now. They basically clout roaches, not cockroaches, clout roaches. We got all these clout roaches trying to get on with Mr. Brown, and they're nowhere on his level of intellect. They're nowhere on his level of intellect. And it's like you have a lot of these content creators, like he stated, if you wasn't already rocking for him before he became well known, what's up, Poetic? What's up, sis? If you wasn't already rocking with him before he got well known, he ain't really trying to bubble with he really not trying to bubble with any of y'all like that. Now he already has his choice of people who he really respect and he didn't mind collaborating with. That's why he collaborated with Tommy Sotomayor. And I thought the show was really, really good. I had actually liked the live stream with Kwame Brown and Tommy Sotomayor because they was talking about a lot of deep shit. Especially when Kwame Brown was talking about the things that his black mother had went through, the things he witnessed his mother going through, witnessing the pain she went through, witnessing the struggle she went through. And I had really, really admired that because you don't get a lot of brothers that speak very highly on their moms. You don't get a lot of brothers that do that anymore. Most of the red pill content creator brothers that I hear, they don't talk about their mothers. They rarely talk about black women who have had a positive impact on their life. It's always about female bashing and bashing brothers who they feel are not high value. That is all these red pill brothers want to talk about. They're nowhere on the level that Kwame Brown is on. They're not on his level. He's talking about things that are far beyond fuckery. He's talking about, another thing I'm going to bring up. I know I'm tongue-tied right now. Tongue-tied. It's crazy, y'all. But another thing I heard him say was that he understood the damage of black women. He understood why some black women have the psyche that they have because a lot of black women have gone through things that have traumatized them. And that sounds like a breath of fresh air coming from a black man because most of the time, black women, we're just told we're fucked up in the brain. We're just told we're fucked up. We don't have a reason for why we're fucked up. We don't have an explanation for why we're fucked up. But he stated in one of his shows, because I've been watching so many of his shows. I've been on the Kwame Brown overdose. I've been catching a lot of his videos. Every time he goes live, I've been there front and center. And honestly, he's the only brother that I have really been paying attention to. I haven't really been following a lot of male content creators because again, a lot of them, they just keep talking about the same thing. I mean, don't get me wrong. Fuckery is fun every once in a while. I think talking about female fuckery, it's like fast food. Sometimes you just want to grab a burger. You just want to get a hot dog. You just want something, that's going to fill you up for the moment. I mean, don't get me wrong. Fuckery is very entertaining. I do like to listen to the fuckery from time to time, but day in and day out, that is all the majority of the brothers that are supposedly red pill. That is all that they discuss. They don't know how to shift gears sometimes and talk about topics that are effective for the black community. But anyway, ever since Mr. Brown has started his platform, big ups to him, big ups to his family, his wife. He has a beautiful black wife. All of a sudden, here comes all these damn clout roaches. That's my new word, y'all. Clout roaches. Anybody said they made up that word, it's a damn lie. Because I made up last night. I said, what word could I come up with that's different? Because everybody always says clout chasing. Everybody already says, groupies. So I had to come up with a word that had like a spin on it. And I said, you know what? Clout roaches. And that's what we got. The Black YouTube sector is full of clout roaches. All these content creators want to do is crawl on whoever the most hottest popping content creator for the moment. That's all we got is clout roaches. If you hot, they crawling all over you like you're a roach. All these clout roaches. What's up, queen? Blessings to you, ma, queen of the South. We got all these clout roaches. All of a sudden, everybody wants to collab with Kwame Brown. And the sad part is a lot of these guys who want to collaborate with him, they are nowhere on his level of intelligence. That's the sad part. And the bad part is you have some black men who think they could automatically, you got some black men, and that's what I'm saying, some. I'm not putting everybody in the same box. Because truth be told, I got a lot of brothers that I respect, and I got a lot of brothers that I listen to. Truth be told, just because you're a black man, that don't mean you can automatically vibe with another black man. No different than just because I'm a black woman, I can't vibe with every black woman. Meaning, just because there's a female content creator, she's hot, she's popping, that don't mean me or her need to elaborate because she may not be on my same level of intelligence or vice versa. And it's funny, and I see the manipulativeness with a lot of these male content creators. All of a sudden, all of them are trying to flock because I've been peeping from the clouds. What's up? Put some respect. Blessings to you. I've been peeping from the clouds. I've been peeping from the skybox, and a lot of these men, these clout roaches, these clout groupies, I've been seeing them come in on Kwame Brown comments when he's going live, and I'm seeing how they running behind him like a groupie. All of these men are becoming groupies, clout roaches. I literally seen, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say his name, cause I know if I say his name, his little cult members are gonna come in here being messy and say I'm hating, saying you just mad because you ain't popping with views like so and so and so. So I'm not even gonna say his name because I know he got some diehard ass fans in here. But I seen one or two of his people in Kwame Brown's comment section begging for him, for begging Kwame to inbox them, begging like women. And I'm like, Kwame Brown, his level of intelligence is too high for him to be reaching out to any of y'all. What's up, dog beard? Blessings to you. Kwame Brown is not red pill. And I'm going to say this 1,000 times throughout the chat, so it's going to be repetitive. He's not red pill. Kwame Brown is platinum pill. He's on a whole nother level that a lot of these brothers would not be able to reach. These clout roaches have been in his live streams begging for this man to inbox him. I seen one particular person, and I'm not going to say his name, but he went in Mr. Brown's comments while Kwame Brown was going live. He said, I see him type, these was the exact words he typed. He said, man, me and so-and-so, we've been inboxing you. I ain't going to tell y'all who the person name is. Me and so-and-so, we've been trying to inbox you. Me and so, we've been trying to reach out to you. I'm like, but wait a minute. If you're such a big content creator, why are you trying to reach out to another man? Because his content, his platform is popping hot right now. Again, Clout Roaches wanna crawl all over who's hot and who's popping. All of a suddenly. And the thing is, and that's the thing, put some respect. Kwame, a lot of the points he was making was points that we have heard before, but he put his own spin on it and he went more in depth in it. But the thing about it is he does it in a way where women are willing to listen to him. I noticed a lot of women was flooding his chats because his mannerisms, he has that aura that make women actually listen to him. And to be truth be told, especially Black women who seek knowledge, who are thirsty for knowledge as myself, I was drinking every bit of what he was saying. Yes, it's been a lot of guys, a lot of red pill brothers who already been saying what he been saying, but their delivery was nothing like his. He actually made me want to listen to him, and I actually listened to him. Kwame Brown was the first man I had subscribed to, honestly, in almost like a year. His masculinity is very rare. He's down to earth. He's different. They know nothing more than the fan club or right clubs. And you right, put some respect. He was raised right. That's the difference. And that's what really got my attention, because the way this man talks about his mother, I thought it was awesome. The way he praised that woman, the way it's not too many. I haven't heard a brother in years say, I actually saw my mother cry. I seen my mother in pain. I just admire the fact that he is so transparent. And believe it or not, Black women, we need to hear that men do have some type of compassion for us to a certain degree. Now, I'm not saying I'm only into brothers who want to kiss Black women's asses and praise us and tell us we fine, we gorgeous. No, we still need tough love too. But I just love the fact that he was so transparent, because I haven't heard a man talk like that in years. I haven't heard it. They don't share their emotions like Kwame Brown was doing. He was very transparent and sharing things that he witnessed his mother go through. The fact that he knows that there are damaged Black women, but he understands that some Black women are not just damaged to be damaged. Something has happened along the way. And not that he was condoning or excusing things that Black women go through, but it just kind of lets me know that there are Black men out there who really do understand the mental struggles of Black women. And for that, I'm really appreciative of that. I'm glad that there are some men who do have some type of compassion. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying Black men who, men who put Black women on a pedestal, who always got to tell Black women they're queens. I just like the fact that he's from the old school era where he realizes that him experiencing what his mother went through, that there are a lot of things that women are experiencing that may have a lot to do with their psyche and the way they reason with things in life. And you don't hear that too much. You know what I mean? And and like I said, that was really what caught my attention more than anything, is the fact that not only he admires his mother, who is a strong Black woman who happened to be a single mother, he also admires his wife. Kwame Brown has a black wife who he loves, who he respects. And that is why I say Kwame Brown is not red pill. He's platinum pill. He's on a whole nother platform. Exactly. Herc says, the ways Kwame spoke about his mom reminded me how I always talk about my mom before she passed, and I still miss her to this day. Exactly. It's because you had a bond with your mother. You had a bond. And it's sad, but as much, all this time when I've been listening to a lot of these guys, some of these red pill content creators, I have never really heard any of them talk much about their mother. But what I have heard them talk about is black women being bitches and black women being gold diggers. I hear that all the time, but I've never really heard I've never heard any of the men in the black YouTube sector speak highly, at least, of their mother. So it makes you wonder why they have so much resentment against black women, because maybe the woman who was a black woman who gave birth to them, maybe she disappointed him from the womb, which is the reason why he has so much resentment against black women. It just kind of makes you wonder, when you have had that real nurturing and love from a black woman, your hate for black women is not as strong when you've been loved from a black woman. And I'm starting with your own mother. They don't never speak on their mothers. I've never heard of it. Queen of the South. It's very rare that you hear men like Herc 213. You hear men like Kwame Brown. You never really hear them talk about their mothers. And when I hear a man speak highly of his mom, especially a black man, that lets me know that he knows how to love a woman. That is why Kwame Brown is married to a black woman. He knows how to love a black woman because he was raised from a black woman who he loved, who he witnessed go through struggles, who he witnessed raised him through poverty. That's why he even said it. He said in one of the videos that I witnessed that he doesn't bash women. He said, he said, that is why I don't bash women, because I know that there are some things that they have gone through. And for him to say that, especially with the way these men are these days in these YouTube streets, it was a breath of fresh air to know that not all men think that way. And this is what I want the ladies to understand. Just because that's all you hear day in, day out on the YouTube streets, that black women ain't this, black women ain't that, black women, keep in mind that all black men do not think like that. Kwame Brown is an example. That not all of them think that way, that some of them actually do respect black women for their struggles. They do respect black women who don't try to overly dominate men, but know when to be feminine and know how to allow a man to lead without trying to overpower. It was just refreshing hearing that, because again, you don't hear too many men talk like that. Put some respect says, from my experience now, it's part of just conversation with women. I need to know how is the relationship with your mom and dad, just for character checking. Yeah, I actually, and I've said this in the beginning when I first started my content, I have a very solid relationship with both of my fathers. I have a solid relationship with my biological father, and I have a solid relationship with my stepfather. My stepfather was in my life since my stepfather started raising me since I've been 3 years old. So honestly, I see my stepdad as more of my biological dad than my biological father, because he was the example of how a black man is supposed to lead his household. I see my black father work. I see my black father provide. I witnessed how he handled his business as a man. So I was one of the sisters that was fortunate enough to have a black father who was actually very active, who was very hands-on. My stepdad was a part of my life since I've been 2. So I had that blessing of, it's things I can tell you. Even I'm going on 41, and I remember when I was like 6 years old, and we had a donut and daughter day at elementary school. My stepdad came to school that day and actually sat down and had a donut with me for I think it was donuts and dad day or something like that. And I remember he sat at the table and he actually ate a donut with me. You know, my dad was very hands-on. Also my biological father, even though I did not bond with him till later on, I think I started bonding with my dad because what happened, my stepdad reached out to my biological father. Now, keep in mind, my mom was never one of those moms where she did not allow neither one of my dads to be in my life. I just think my biological father and my mom, they got with each other really young. And I just think it was a lot of immaturity. It wasn't one of those things where my biological father just walked away and didn't give a damn about me and just went ghost. I just think it was like a lot of immaturity. Because you know he was there, but not as much as he could have been. But once I became 15, 16, my biological father started interacting a lot more. And I'll never forget when my stepdad, during my graduation, when I was graduating high school in 1999, my stepfather, he surprised me and he actually invited my biological father to my graduation. And I didn't know until I was walking down the stage to get my diploma and I saw my biological father sitting in the bleachers with my stepdad. So I had the blessings of having two solid black men in my life, and I'm very close to both of them to this day. My daughter has the blessings of two grandfathers because they both are there for her, like they both were there for me. So I've always had a very solid relationship with both of my black fathers, which is the reason why I don't know. Maybe this is why I've lasted as long as I have in my marriage, because I'm used to seeing a black man lead and provide. So none of that is foreign to me. But you have to realize a lot of these women, the reason why they don't know how to respond to the love of a man, even if it's genuine, even if it's real. The problem is a lot of black women have not been exposed to the love of black men, and it all started from your fathers. So any black woman who has been deprived of having a father, whether if her mother was the cause of that, or whether her father was just one of those men that did not want to step up and be a man and guide her, what ends up happening is women who have been deprived of having a father in their lives, they are more prone, they're more vulnerable to picking up men that are of bad quality. You know, most of these, you know, below the barrel dudes that you see black women pick up is because there was not a black father in their life to teach them what type of man to look for. You know, and that's I think that's one of the biggest things that has hurt a lot of black women. A lot of black women have not had the pleasures of having a black father. I had a black father that would meet my boyfriends before I went on a date. I had a black father that asked me questions about the type of men I was dating. I had a father that was very active. So anytime I brought a man to the house, because my father always wanted to meet my boyfriends. So anytime I brought a guy to my house, my father would size him up. You know, the guy come in, he'll speak to him. How you doing? Where you taking my daughter? This and that. See, a lot of black women ain't had that. A lot of black women, if they grew up in a household with a single mother, and if they had a dysfunctional single mother, 9 times out of 10, they picked up all kind of dudes that nobody took the time to read for her. And the unfortunate, a lot of black women had to go out here and find men on their own with no guidance because there was not a father in the household. All the mother they had, the single mother they did have, was toxic and dysfunctional. So when you didn't have a solid father in your home, meeting the guys that you were picking up, interviewing the men that you were going on dates with, sizing them up or whatever, you're likely to pick a lot. You know, you're liable to pick up pretty much anything, because when men came to my house to pick me up on the dates, they had to meet my dad first, and my father would give me his assessment about the man. He would give me an assessment. You know, when I would go out on my date or whatever, you know, and I come back from my date, my dad would actually have a conversation with me and say, hey, how did the date go? Did he open doors for you? Did he pull out chairs for you? Did he pay for you? And you know, of course, daddy always put $50 in my pocket. This nigga act up, you catch a cab. There was no Uber or Lyft in. You had to actually catch the yellow cab, which was, I think, more expensive back then. But so my father would always put $50 in my pocket because he ain't want no nigga taking me somewhere and saying, well, I'ma leave you here unless you give me some ass. I'ma drop you off here in the middle of the woods or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I was fortunate to have that. And then he would give me an assessment. I had my father tell me, I don't like that dude. Something about him, he don't sit well with me. My dad would tell me he just wants some ass. That's how my dad would talk to me. My dad would meet my boyfriends, and he met this one older guy. That I was dealing with. There's one older guy, but I was legal then. I was like 18, so my dad couldn't really do nothing. But the guy that I was talking to was like 25, 26, which was old for me back then. But I remember when him and my dad was talking, you know, my dad was very respectable to him. My dad was very you know, cool and laid back. You know, my father never had an intimidating type of spirit. He's a laid back type of guy. What's up, L Cool J and all of that. So I remember when the dude was talking in the living room and stuff like that. And you know, yeah, this was after the guy. This was before the guy dropped me off. And then I think they talked again briefly when the guy came back to drop me off. And I remember my dad tell me, he said, that nigga ain't nothing. I was like, what? And my dad was like very like transparent. He told me, he said, no, he just wants some ass. I could read him. And he was right. And he ended up being absolutely right. Every man I ever met, and my father sized him up, he was always right. If he said he ain't no good, he wasn't no good. I had a guy that I was really, really in love with. A guy that I was, he was in the military. He was in the Navy. And when I tell you, this guy had my nose so wide open, you could park a Range Rover up my nostril. This guy had me so wide open. And he just had me zoning. And I remember when my dad had met him, my dad just did not like the dude. No matter how much I was feeling the guy, my dad just did not like him. And I couldn't understand because to me, he was just being a cool ass boyfriend. I'm gonna read y'all comments before I go into the story. They not genuine about empowering and giving info out. I stopped watching them. Pretty much Ishmael. Very good point. Good point on that. My uncle didn't allow boys to the house. He had his 12 gauge and was always looking out the window. That's how them old school. I say some black women, we have been blessed with the privilege of having uncles, having dads, having some type of male figure who was in your shit, who kept up with the type of dudes you was dealing with. So I remember I was dating this guy in the military, and my dad did not like him. And he ended up being stationed somewhere else. He ended up being stationed in Norfolk, Virginia. And I remember I did not want to break up with him. I really didn't want to lose him. So we had agreed to have what's called a long distance relationship, which I should have known that was going to be a recipe for disaster. But nevertheless, I wanted to continue being with the guy. So I remember my father, he saw me doing a lot of desperate things to keep the guy around. He seen me spending money on him, sending him gifts. He seen me just really putting myself out there to be with this guy. And it was really rubbing him the wrong way that I was putting so much into the guy. And I remember I came to him and I told him that I was going to purchase a train ticket, take the Amtrak train so I can go and see the guy. And the look on his face was like, oh, hell no. I know my daughter is not about to go catch a train to go see this nigga. My dad was not feeling it. But me being the rebellious, in love female that I was at the time, there was nothing my dad could tell me. I was willing to be with this guy no matter what. So nevertheless, I paid for my train ticket on my own. And I remember me and the guy made an agreement. He told me that if I paid my ticket coming, he'll pay my ticket going back. So I said, okay, me and him made arrangements. He said he would pay for the hotel room. All of these things he promised he was going to do. Once I got there, get my hopes up high, I paid for my train ticket, right? One way. And when my father found out that I was going to buy a one-way ticket, he said, no, ma'am. Whatever you do, get you a round-trip ticket. Yes, Kels, he had my nose open just that wide, okay? He said, no, you need to get you a round-trip ticket. Don't put yourself in a position to depend on this dude, because this dude might disappoint you. You need to pay for you a round-trip ticket. So I said, okay, Dad, okay. So I went and paid for the round-trip ticket, okay? Got to Virginia. When I tell y'all, just thinking about this shit to this day pisses me off. And I'm married and got a daughter. I mean, this shit happened 50-something years ago. When I said my father was right, when I went through all of that to go to Virginia, to go see this man, good thing I did listen to my dad and get a round-trip ticket, because when I say this dude did not come through, he did not come through. He did not do none of what he said he was going to do. He didn't pay for the hotel room. I ended up having to call somebody to pay for my hotel. He didn't pay, he didn't have enough money to put towards my ticket going back. So good thing I listened to my dad and I got a round trip ticket, because when I said this dude totally disappointed me, he didn't have nothing straight like he said he was going to. And the fact that I pretty much went to a state, didn't have no family, didn't have no friends down there, I practically put my life in his hands. You know what I mean? Because him being my boyfriend, I just expected him to take care of everything. And when I said it was an epic disaster, it was an epic disaster, okay? He couldn't pay for my room. And the fact that I did not book my ticket for returning the next day, I was too embarrassed to call my dad and ask for hotel room money. I was not about to call my dad, you know what I'm saying, because I was already embarrassed. And the last thing I wanted to do was make my boyfriend look bad, because mind you, my dad already said he ain't like him, right? So the last thing I wanted to do was call my dad and be like, Dad, I'm here in Virginia. I need money for a hotel room. You know what a real daddy gonna say? Anytime you have a real daddy and they know you got a boyfriend, first thing they're gonna say is, well, where that nigga at? Oh, why he ain't paying for this? Why he ain't paying for something? So I definitely was not going to call my dad. So we suffered it out, and I ended up having to stay the next night in the barracks with him. And mind you, in the military, females are not allowed to sleep in the barracks. So imagine sleeping in the barracks with your supposed to be boyfriend, who you was looking forward to spending time with, and one of his funky feet ass roommates that was in the barracks with him. So it became an epic disaster. I was able to get the date changed on the train ticket going back. So I was able to get it changed for the third day. You know, I looked up and found a train that was coming in that morning. So he didn't even have enough. He didn't even have money for a cab fare for the cab to drop me off to the train station. He ended up having to get one of his military guy friends who I didn't know, could have been a rapist, could have been anything. He ended up having to get one of his military friends to drop me off to the train station. Instead of him being a boyfriend or being my man at the time, he didn't give me money to catch the cab back. He didn't make sure that I was straight or anything. So I say going back on that train ride, that was the longest train ride ever because I didn't enjoy myself. The trip was a bust. He disappointed me. He did not come through. I went all this way, trying to make things work between me and him. And the reality was he wasn't feeling me the way I was feeling him. And that's the reality that some women have to face. When you find yourself going, and men too, when you find yourself going all out for somebody, you doing all the hard work, you doing all the effort, you doing everything, and that person is just kind of sitting back, that's already a red flag that the relationship is not going to work. Hold on, y'all. Okay, y'all. So anyway, it wasn't funny then, but it's funny now. I can laugh at it now, but I couldn't laugh at it then. But that's a major red flag. When you find yourself going all out there for a woman you want, or you find yourself going all out for a man you want, and they just giving you bits and kibbles and bits in the end, then you basically set yourself up to be used and be played. And that's what ended up happening. So, guess who had to pick me up from the train station when I got home? Take one wild guess who had to come and pick me up from the train station. It was my father. My father who warned me not to go see this nigga. My dad came to the train station. So you know how I'm feeling, right? I'm feeling extra shitty. And basically, Ishmael, it was called desperation because all the signs were there that he was not feeling me like I was feeling him. But I wanted to see it for what I wanted to see it for. You get what I'm saying? And that be the biggest thing. L Cool J, yo, you ain't lying. L Cool J says, I know that was one long drive home. Lord, I felt like I was coming from California. It went shitty. And then the relationship had ended at that point. I knew there was no turning back. Yeah, Red Mike, Daddy's intuition is never wrong. He told me about him, right? So my dad gets out the car, takes my 1 or 2 little pieces of luggage, opens the trunk, puts my suitcase in the trunk for me. And before I get in the car, he's getting ready to open the door for me. My dad's getting ready to open the door for me. Before I get in the car, he just simply gives me a hug. He just simply leans over and he just gives me a hug before we get in the car. Didn't throw no shade. Didn't know I told you so. See, you ain't listen. You ain't been listening. That's what you get for not paying no attention. He did not say one word. He just simply kneels down because, you know, I'm 5 foot even. I've been the same height since middle school. I'm still 5 foot even. And my 5'9" dad kneeled down to me, gave me a hug. And that was it. He was just glad that I was safe. Now, keep in mind, we didn't talk about it at that time. I guess he wanted to give me a couple of days to mentally simmer. So when he saw I had gotten in a better place, somehow, some way, we ended up talking about the situation. And I asked him, I said, Dad, why didn't you chew me out? Why you didn't go off? You know what I mean? Because I went to go see this nigga after you told me not to go up there, and I went anyway. Why you didn't chew me out? And he was like, because I already knew you learned your lesson. It wasn't no need in me beating you down, tearing you down, and that just was not the right time. You was already broken. Why would I break you some more? He said you was already disappointed. I didn't need to throw nothing in your face at that time because I already knew you was hurt. So again, a lot of black women will never really understand the blessing of having a black father in your life, because it's things a man can teach you that even if your mother is highly smart and highly intelligent, there's just some things that there's a lot of things that women don't know when it comes to men. And that's why it's very important that if you are a woman and you have a father that wants to be a part of your daughter's life, let him. Because it's going to be things that she's going to go through. She's going to need that masculine voice of reason to say, daughter, don't do that. That nigga ain't no good. That nigga ain't about nothing. Cal says, Mocha Boo, that wasn't your fault though. Something had to show you what your dad saw from the beginning. And I totally agree with that. And you know, and that's why now that I have a daughter, I realize I have to allow her to make her mistakes, because people disappointing you is the best teacher. Nothing like experience. When you get somebody you really trusted who let you down. Pain is the best teacher. It's the best teacher. And at that point, it taught me to never, ever run after a man who's not chasing for me. It taught me a lot. It taught me don't give somebody 100% and they giving you 10%. And I would tell men the same thing. That if you going all out your way for a woman and you giving her 100% and she giving you 5%, you know what's going to happen? She's going to keep giving you that 5%. Sometimes when you done got accustomed to being the one putting in all the effort. Sometimes in some relationships are like this. You'll have somebody, they'll sit their lazy ass on the passenger side the whole time while you do all the goddamn driving. You have some men that are miserable in relationships with women because they put themselves all the way out there, and now that he's tired of having to do everything and he want her to step up, she don't know how to because you've always done everything. Sometimes we create our own monsters. You put yourself all the way out there, you doing it all, you making all the moves while that person just sits there and let you do all the hard work. But when you're so, what's up, Kayla? When you're so desperate and you want a person so bad, some people don't mind doing it all, but I'm going to tell you one thing, you're going to be miserable. You may don't mind doing it all in the beginning because you want that man or you want that woman so bad, but I'm going to let you know something, shit gets old. I don't care how fine that man is or how fine that woman is. When you see you breaking your back to keep them and they ain't doing shit to keep you, you gonna be miserable. Oh yeah, I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna talk about Dwyane. Let me tell y'all something about Dwyane Wade. Let me tell y'all something about that. I have already figured out why Dwyane Wade is weak. He's doing the same thing DJ Envy is doing. I'm glad Ishmael brought that up, and I'm gonna talk about Safaree too. We're definitely gonna talk about Safaree. If y'all haven't heard, it's already been going viral that Dwyane Wade says Gabrielle Union wears the pants that she leads, which we already knew. Even Ray Charles could see Gabrielle Union been running that whole marriage. That is why Dwyane Wade and his son is acting like the reading rainbow. I'm going to say that respectfully because somebody in here may be part of the ABC committee. We already know she's the one leading him and his son. Okay? And literally, when I saw Gabrielle Union took a picture one time where she was literally wearing man pants. She was literally dressed up like a man. I never forget that picture. When she was dressed like a man, that already let me know that she was running things anyway. And we ain't got to go there with the reading rainbows. Y'all saw how both of them was dressed, and I'm just going to leave it at that. Because I don't want nobody sending him over here messing with my channel and flagging my channel. But we already know about the reading rainbow, the Care Bear community, the Care Bears. Okay? What's going on with Dwyane Wade? Let me tell y'all why. This is my perspective. The reason Dwyane Wade is allowing Gabrielle Union to run the show, I've been kind of figured it out. For one, y'all got to realize when Gabrielle Union and Dwyane Wade was together, Dwyane Wade stepped out on Gabrielle Union and got another woman pregnant. How many of y'all in here are familiar with that story? Are y'all familiar with Dwyane Wade's side chick? When Dwyane Wade and Gabrielle Union was going through a little turbulent moment, you know how husbands and wives, boyfriend and girlfriend, you know how y'all get in a little spit spat. Let's say you and your man, you and your old lady, y'all get into an argument. Fuck you, fuck this, fuck that, da, da, da. Y'all know how y'all do. You know how we do when we get mad with each other. I'm leaving, I'm going. Now, instead of Dwyane Wade taking that time to analyze his relationship or going to trip somewhere to collect his thoughts, he decided to go fuck around on Gabrielle Union. Okay? Instead of him and Gabrielle had a spit spat. Their relationship went through a little turbulence, right? It happens. It's all a part of a relationship. He stepped out and knocked up another female and got that female pregnant. All right. So in that course of time, he got back with Gabrielle Union, knowing he already had knocked this chick up. Okay. He already had this baby, right? But at that time, that was supposed to be that the relationship was on pause. The relationship had a break, but there was not supposed to be any intimacy or anything else involved. They were just supposed to take a break. And what he did, because he wasn't man enough or mature enough to deal with his emotions, whatever he was going through with Gabrielle at the time, because I'm sure Gabrielle Union is a piece of work. And for whatever reason, he chose to go whole around. Okay? What's up, Full Circle? Yeah, Full Circle says, yes, Mocha. I remember when they first got together. Gabrielle went after Dwyane. I believe Gabrielle is older too. Yeah, she is older than him. What's up, Vegan? So, he came back to Gabrielle Union knowing he already had got this woman pregnant. All right? Knowing that him and Gabrielle, they wasn't officially over. They just had a moment, a little separation moment. Like I said, you and your man, you and your woman, y'all get in an argument, you get mad, you take the keys to the truck, you go out that night, go rent you a room. You're supposed to be taking that time to reassess things in your relationship. You're supposed to be taking that time to reevaluate what y'all can do from here on out to better your marriage. No, he took that time to go sling some dick somewhere else. Okay? So that's how Dwyane Wade knocked up this chick. Now, mind you, him and Gabrielle Union got back together while this chick is toting this seed, right? So, because he realized at that point in time, the lady who he knocked up, that was just supposed to be a temporary. That just was something to get him through until him and Gabrielle Union worked out their differences. But where he was dumb at was he didn't wear no protection. He didn't cover himself, knowing that him and Gabrielle Union was not officially broken up. Even though they try to lie and save fate by saying, oh, they wasn't together, that was bullshit. Because think about it. If they wasn't together, how is it that him and her got back so quick? How did Gabrielle Union and Dwyane Wade get back so quick? Before that woman even had the baby, they had got back together. That's how you knew it really wasn't over, right? So anyway, when Dwyane Wade knocked up this chick, if y'all remember the story, remember out the blue how him and Gabrielle Union, he just so happily popped the question and how she was flossing the ring all over Instagram. And that was nothing but a guilt ring. Because I remember everybody was excited for them when they finally got married, when she announced that he had proposed and they was getting married. Because remember, they had been together for a minute. So everybody was like, okay, wow, they finally did it. That's when the truth unfolded that this chick was about to have his child. He gave Gabrielle Union that ring out of guilt. Okay, because as soon as he posted on his Instagram, she said yes. Here this chick over here talking about she's 7-8 months pregnant. All right. So what ended up happening with Gabrielle Union and Dwyane Wade, for one, he knew he fucked around on her with that groupie. All right. The add insult to injury, and I'm gonna tell you men this, because some of y'all, when y'all do shit, especially when it comes to putting your penis in other places, you don't understand the detrimental effect that it leaves on a woman, especially if y'all are still together. So when he impregnated this chick, what made things more difficult was Gabrielle Union could never have children. Gabrielle has been struggling with fertility issues since she couldn't remember. Okay? Dwyane Wade knew this shit before he went and knocked this chick up. He knew that. Now I'm not talking about his first baby mama, that he you know, he left in poverty, whatever. I'm talking about the chick, who he knocked up while him and Gabrielle Union was dating. Okay. So, when beta males get alpha males, they cheat, like Beyonce father. Interesting, Red Mike. Very interesting. I'm gonna have to email you and talk to you about that. That sounds like some good content right there. Gabrielle got Dwyane when he was young. She was after the bag, so she pulled him when he was fresh. She put him when he was fresh, so to speak, before any of the other thoughts could get him. She came with the plan. I can dig that. Absolutely. But what ended up happening was, when she did get Dwyane Wade, like I said, they had a little break. Because again, by Dwyane Wade being younger than her, he probably really didn't know how to deal with a woman like Gabrielle Union, because she is older than him. So instead of him communicating with her or whatever, he decided to step outside of the relationship and mess with this groupie, get this groupie knocked up. And at this point, he knows he's going to lose Gabrielle Union, because again, Gabrielle Union has been struggling with fertility issues for years. All right. So it's bad enough when you cheat on your woman. The worst part is he got the woman pregnant, knowing Gabrielle Union could never have children. All right. So his way to compensate for that, the only way Dwyane Wade felt he can compensate for how he embarrassed Gabrielle and how he humiliated her, because you got to realize the whole world know this shit is going on. That's the price of being with a celebrity. Every time your man does something dumb, the whole world knows about it. Your wife does something stupid, the whole world knows about it. What's up, Seaport News? Blessings to you, sir. I appreciate your channel. I'm glad you still been, covering a lot of things that's going on in our hometown. And again, keep up the work. Keep doing what you do. Appreciate you for stopping by and representing for the Seaport. Yes, Savannah Seaport. He covers a lot of the violence and the murders and everything that occurs within my hometown, Savannah, Georgia. So big ups to him. I'm glad we have brothers out there that's putting it out there that violence is a big issue in the Black community, and Savannah Seaport News, he definitely represents that. Appreciate you for coming by. So what ended up happening was, Dwyane Wade knew Gabrielle Union was going to be hurt by his actions. So what Dwyane Wade did was he proposed to Gabrielle Union to stay in her good graces. Because that proposal did not come, because I'm not dumb. I've been keeping up with the whole damn timeline with their relationship. He did not propose to Gabrielle Union until he knocked up that other chick. All right. So that was like a guilt proposal. He knew he had to do something. And Dwyane Wade knew he had to give Gabrielle Union something that he couldn't give the other woman. Now, he already gave the other woman a child. Something he knew Gabrielle Union could not produce. It happens. You have women who struggle with fertility issues. It's very, as a woman, it can be very disappointing when you know you cannot conceive and have children. So he knew once he knocked up his chick, the only thing he could do to try to save face is to give Gabrielle Union something he knew he didn't give the other woman, which was his hand in marriage. All right. So think about it. Once he proposed to Gabrielle Union, that meant he gave her something the other woman didn't have. The other woman had his child, but he gave Gabrielle Union his last name. And because she wanted him so bad, she was willing to take that offer, even though knowing he had already knocked up somebody. She wanted Dwyane Wade just that bad. She was willing to accept his hand in marriage, even knowing he had this going on. Now, keep in mind, the baby mama, she in her feelings now. Yeah, see, full circle, it's been a minute, but I've been keeping up with them. That's why I know why he's allowing Gabrielle Union to run the show. It has everything to do with guilt. All that is guilt. He feel like he still owe Gabrielle Union no matter what because of what he did by stepping out on her and having that child on her. Because that's lifetime damage. You got to realize having a child, that's a permanent reminder, especially when your man has had a child on you from another woman. That is a constant reminder. That is the symbol of adultery. That child will always symbolize adultery. Dwyane Wade knew that. That's why he married Gabrielle. And keep in mind, the baby mama, she felt some type of way because she thought once she had got knocked up from Dwyane Wade that he was going to marry her, and he didn't. She had the baby from him, but she wanted that wife title more than anything. Dwyane Wade's baby mama, which is the one he had his last son from, she thought she was going to be the one to get that ring. She had got that baby, but she didn't get that ring. He gave the marriage to he gave the marriage to Gabrielle Union, not to Aja. That's the woman's name. That's the side chick who he had got knocked up. Aja Meteor, whatever the hell her name is. Yeah, but she did not get that. So basically, both of them kind of got cheated. Here it is. You got the side chick who got pregnant from Dwyane Wade. She's going to be getting those NBA checks. Then she also has Dwyane Wade's biological child, but she's not going to get those wifely privileges. She's not going to get that Bentley. She's not going to get that 18-room mansion or whatever Gabrielle Union is getting. Gabrielle Union, on the other hand, she did get the marriage. She did get the last name, but she was not able to have his child biologically. Why you think Dwyane Wade agreed to them having Kavia through a surrogate? That's his way of compensating for the fact that he knew he cheated on Gabrielle, knocked up another woman. He knew how bad Gabrielle wanted another child and how bad Gabrielle Union wanted a child. And he knew she could not produce that. So out of guilt, they both agreed to a surrogate. So that is the reason why Dwyane Wade is allowing Gabrielle Union to run the show, because he know he been betrayed her a long time ago and he's still trying to make up for it. That is what's going on with that. Yep, Kayla, messy. Just take the L and keep it moving. But money will make you tolerate some stuff. A woman will take more shit off a man who has a Bentley and an 18-room mansion before she takes something off a dude who work at Popeyes as a manager and lives in a boardroom. People are willing to take more off of somebody who can supply them with a certain type of lifestyle. Yeah, it's pity. Everything Dwyane Wade has ever done for Gabrielle Union is out of guilt and pity. Same thing with DJ Envy. Everybody's wondering why DJ Envy is acting so soft with his wife. Because, Kwame Brown been going in on DJ Envy, the whole Breakfast Club, and everybody, way before Kwame Brown even said anything, people been kind of clowning on DJ Envy because, he got caught up messing around with Mena, which is Safaree Samuels. I'm about to talk about his simple Jamaican ass in a minute. DJ Envy got caught messing around with Mena on his wife, and his wife almost left him. So ever since his adultery got exposed, DJ Envy has been acting like a little damn chihuahua for his wife because he knew his wife was going to take him for everything he had. So he begged, he cried, he had Tyrese to come and serenade his wife because he knew she was going to strip him to the cleaners. And I say that to say this: men like Dwyane Wade and DJ Envy, you have some men when they know they have betrayed their wives or betrayed their girlfriends or something early in the ultimate way. The only way they feel like they could compensate for it is by becoming a better male. Basically going along with whatever the wife wants, whatever the girlfriend says. That's why Dwyane Wade doesn't mind Gabrielle Union running the show, because he know he has burnt her. He know he has hurt her. And that probably wasn't the first time Dwyane Wade cheated on her. Just because one woman had a baby, that don't mean he wasn't fucking around on her with 2-3 other women. Just so happened that one, he got pregnant. So there's no telling how many times Dwyane Wade, him being an NBA player, you know how that go, all these groupies and stuff who basically be throwing a cookie at him, like he the damn cookie monster, whatever. Ain't no telling how many times Gabrielle Union was getting sick of his shit. And he knew this time she was on her last leg, which is why he threw in a proposal. And he also agreed to having a surrogate. That way he could give his child something she could not have naturally, which is a surrogate child. I'm not knocking that. I think that's a beautiful thing to have a beautiful daughter. I think it's awesome. But let's not get it twisted. Most men who have cheated and messed around on their significant others, they become better males out of guilt. That's why DJ Envy, even if somebody brings up a woman, you notice he don't even want to talk about other women on the Breakfast Club because his wife already told his ass, you got one more time. Even if I see you talking about a bitch, I'm done with you. That's why DJ Envy acts so soft. That's why he be, kissing his ass so much, because she about done threaten his ass. This time I catch you, I'm done. Most men who have cheated on their wives, they become better males. That's what happened. Now, lastly, I want to get into talking about the Safaree. I want to talk about Safaree. I said it on I said it. I'm going to see if I can play it, because I want to take y'all back down memory lane. When I told y'all, I said it on my last content that she was going to leave him once they had the second child. And Erica Mena did just that. Now, I don't know. Let me see. I don't know if it's going to let me play. I don't know if y'all going to be able to hear. I'm going to try, though. I'm going to try. Let me see. I'm going to try. Because I want to refresh y'all memory. Because I told y'all she was going to leave him after this second child. I said that was going to happen. Now, I'm going to see. Let me know. Hold on. I'm going to play a little bit of it. I want to know if y'all can hear me. Jamaican ass, she's going to drag him. When he saw the relationship was failing, he should have just kept it with that one child and not add on to any more in the equation. They specialize. And one thing about damaged women is not that they have the best sex. It's not that their cookie is so good, but it is these type of women have fucked so many dudes. They specialize. They specialize in knowing how to use their vaginas. So Safaree has gotten himself caught up with child number 2. So what's going to end up happening is the relationship is going to crash and burn. This second child is going to add more heat to the fire, because once a woman has children from you, now she feels like she has power. She's going to use the fact that now I got 2 of his kids. So now she's going to drag his Jamaican ass. She's going to drag him. When he saw the relationship was failing, he should have just kept it with that one child and not add on to any more in the equation. So what's going to end up happening, this second pregnancy is going to continue to complicate their relationship, because now she's going to feel like she can really disrespect him. She can really treat him less than a man, because she's going to feel like, I'm your wife and I am the mother of 2 of your children. So now she's really going to flip the script on his ass. Okay? So what's going to end up happening is, mark my word, they are going to end up divorced even quicker. Testing, testing. Okay, I think I was having some problems with some sounds. But y'all caught what I said, right? I said they was going to end up in a divorce once they had the second child. I said it was going to happen. Now she has secured the bag twice. He already saw he was having problems with her the first time when they had the first child. He said he was going to leave her when they had the first child together. Yet he went back. So now she has the ultimate power to drag him and give him 18 years twice worth of hell. Let me see. Testing. Can y'all hear me? Sound delay. Must be a sound delay. Sound delay. Yeah, see the sound, the sound is showing on my end, but yeah, it's a delay for y'all. Cause I see on the phone, y'all still ain't getting it, and I'm getting it on this end here. Yeah. So as y'all can see, yeah, I got to next time I have to figure out when I transition how to keep my sound still going. I got to figure that part out. But as I stated now, she's with the second child, and now she wants to divorce him. She doesn't want Safaree anymore now. She done had her second child from him. Now she is planning on making his life a living hell at this point. So Safaree, he gonna have to take a second L on this, because now she has had both of his children, and you have some women who think like this. They feel like once they become the mother of your children, especially when you don't have kids from nobody else, they feel like they have a big advantage in making your life miserable. So again, your boy Safaree, he done messed up, got this crazy Tatiana Latina knocked up for the second time. She's already dysfunctional, and make it so bad, she divorced him. Now, last time he was planning on leaving her. He should have kept it moving and not look back. He went back one more time, got this chick knocked up, and now she divorces him. So y'all, I told y'all, I said it was going to happen. I said the second child, as y'all can see, that's what I played the video. Anybody who want to check out the rest of that video, it's called Damaged Women That Keep Attracting Single-Minded Men. Safaree, he totally get the Simp of the Year award. She got his ass twice now. Now, any woman who deals with him, she's going to have to go through that baby mama drama, because y'all know Erica Mena is messy. She's dysfunctional. She's beautiful, but she's dysfunctional. So he's going to be miserable for the rest of her days. We're not going to stop hearing about them. They're going to be going to court. She's going to be suing for child support. It's just going to keep unfolding. He going to hate the day he ever met her ass. He going to hate the day he ever impregnated her twice. All right. So y'all just be on standby. We're going to end up talking more about this. I'm going to get ready to shut it down. I apologize about the sound delay. It was really crazy. I got to work on my sound delays a little bit better. But y'all, trust and believe, it's going to get worse for Safaree. It's going to get worse. He made the biggest mistake in his life. Not saying his children are a mistake, but he going to damn the day and the hour he ever married that crazy Tatiana Latina chick. And on top of that, not get her pregnant once, but twice. All right. So we're gonna continue to keep seeing the drama unfold between the both of them. All right. So anyway, y'all, I kept y'all long enough. This show didn't turn out exactly the way I wanted it because my sounds was off. But you know, you live and you learn. So I'll make sure I work on my sounds a little bit better. But anyway, it was just so much I wanted to talk about. Again, big ups to Kwame Brown for the success in his platform. I just hope he's cautious of the Clout Roaches. These Clout Roaches that want to try to get some recognition by doing shows with him and inviting him onto their shows and stuff. You know, the truth is, people don't really want realness anymore. They only want people that they only want to uh, get close to people they feel that's going to increase their channel and bring them more views. So, you know, I'm hoping, you know, he's just, and he's not a dumb guy anyway. He doesn't talk like he's easy to be manipulated. But for all of the popular content creators, be cautious, man, because a lot of clout roaches. Everybody trying to crawl on the hottest thing that's happening. So, you know, just be mindful of that. Also with the Dwyane Wade mess, he's letting Gabrielle wear the pants out of guilt because he did a lot of fuckery in the beginning of their relationship. So that's the reason why he's allowing Gabrielle to lead. Yeah, Ishmael Thomas. That's basically what happened. Safaree ran out there, got with Erica Mena, rushed into being with her, having a child from her to spite Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj did the same thing. She ran and got knocked up from Kenneth pedophile Pookie. So both of them are pretty much, you know, they done put themselves in a bad predicament, trying to be spiteful towards one another. That is what happens. You have some people, you have some couples that'll do that. They'll break up with each other, divorce each other, only to end up with something far worse. And I'm like, damn, you should have just stayed where you were. Cause you ain't got it no better where you at. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna do another video Friday or whatever. I'm gonna do another live stream. Also, ladies, don't forget, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my Mocha's Ladies Lounge. That's my ladies only channel. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Again, June 16th, I got my Melanated Minds Matter panel, therapeutic platform for black men. I'm going to have 6 solid black men on my panel with me. We're going to be collaborating and talking about the mental issues of black men, the mental well-being. You know, not no black male bashing content. It's not going to be nothing like that. It's going to be about black men building together, helping to elevate one another. Also, it's going to be a space where black women could learn and understand the psyche of black men and their mental awareness as well. So it's all about positive energy. Like I said, ever since the death of DMX, I felt it was imperative that there was a space for black men where they can have like a therapeutic space where they can really be transparent. That's why I'm glad there's men like Kwame Brown who's coming out being expressive and transparent, because black men need to understand there's nothing wrong with expressing your feelings. There's nothing wrong with being emotional. There's nothing wrong with sharing things that you have gone through in your childhood. You'll be surprised when you're very transparent. It gives women a different insight, and it helps women to have a little bit more compassion for you when you're willing to let go of your ego and be emotional, be transparent, share your feelings, because sometimes women, we need to see the softer side of black men. And I don't mean soft as in being feminine and flamboyant, but we do need to see more black men be like Kwame Brown, be transparent, let down their guard, not have to worry about black other brothers calling them a simp because they're expressing their love for their mothers, expressing their love for their wives. It's the YouTube streets are teaching men to be so damn egotistical all of the time. And being egotistical from a woman's point of view, it comes off as arrogance. You know what I mean? So this is the reason why black men and black women cannot understand the language of each other, because we really don't know each other as like we think we do. And where we do know each other, we know each other on a negative type of aspect. So anyway, mark your calendars, June 16th for that. I will be posting the time so everybody can be on board with it. So anyway, y'all, I got to go get up in the morning and deal with these babysitters. Also, I'm going to be doing my corrections segments. I'm going to be talking about inmates in my facility that have actually been sentenced for very heinous crimes. We're going to talk about things of that nature too. So again, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Make sure y'all hit that like button. It's free. I may not leave this video up because I don't care for the quality of it or whatever. So it all depends on if I change my mind or not, but it may not be up or whatever. So I have to play it by ear. But anyway, y'all, love y'all much. Take care. Blessings. It was wonderful having y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out with me, supporting me, and being a part of my movement. It is your girl, Lady Mocha. Remember, I'm going to always pour you a cup of truth and always bring y'all a slice of knowledge. Y'all be blessed. Take care.